Hello there people, what's going on? My name is Big Mooney and this here is episode number 7 of the Battlefield Top Plays. I'm sorry for keeping you guys waiting for this episode. I know how some of you guys love your top plays, so let's not keep people waiting any longer and let's get into this week's episode. First up and kicking us off in this week's top plays, we have Bitchwood playing Dawnbreaker Rush on Battlefield 4 with a very interesting weapon choice in the Scout Elite Sniper Rifle. Of course, paired up with some C4 in the Recon kit, getting himself a nice quick couple of kills on the MCOM station, getting an arm in that shit while a couple of people are bouncing around the area. This guy is completely oblivious to the guy just standing arming his MCOM station. That's like the one sole thing that he's there to protect, and he's just walking around zapping people, so good job there, Mr. Medic. But yeah, back to the Scout Elite. This weapon is, if you don't know already, the worst gun essentially in Battlefield 4, at least one of them. And I'm sure there's one or two of you out there that love this thing, because every gun always has a fan club. Doesn't matter how bad it is, it's always got a fan club. And this guy is doing some work with it, running in on top of them, on top of this MCOM station, and these guys on the ground have no idea what's going on. That's why you don't lie prone just in one area looking around. People can just run up and stab you in the throat. It's just not a good time, so don't lie there waiting on people. And also you get shot in the head, like this guy here, as he tried to reach for some grenades or something. But already in the clip, using this horrible weapon, I'm once again gonna repeat, he has armed 2 MCOM stations and already taken one of the 2 and done some work with the Scout Elite, also killing a few people here and there with the C4 explosives as well. Now it's time for some long-range shooting. The enemy team are now trapped across the road, not able to get across to defend their MCOM station, or one remaining one that is left. And he goes on to take that one as well, so a very good objective play, using an awful weapon and annihilating the enemy team. Very good clip. Our second clip this week comes from 0T28, and he's playing some Bad Company 2 on, I believe it's White Pass, off the top of my head. I don't want to go and look it up just for the simple fact, I want to be right. I want to be right in remembering that this is called White Pass. I'm right? I caved and looked it up. It's called Cold War. I'm ashamed of myself. My memory is fucking shit, but what I do remember is 0T28 goes on an absolute murder spree here with the 870 shotgun, and he's just clearing out everyone, going building to building, just wiping people out, using that little trick that people like to do where they would press the second weapon and then go straight back to your first weapon again, cancelling the pump animation in the shotgun, and he's able to just fire so much more rapidly that way. And holy crap, that shot there with the Rex, he just first time just blew someone's head off almost like a quick scope at that range. That is pretty ridiculous. No doubt we're gonna get hat callers because of that one shot, but that was pretty nice. But instead of getting right onto the MCOM station himself by this building, he opted to go upstairs, clear the place out instead of just running right on top of there, and ended up getting himself gunned down by the people that were actually waiting up here for anyone to walk onto the MCOM station. So by taking them all out, he enabled his team to move up, take the MCOM station, and then they went to move on and take the second MCOM station. I skipped forward by a little bit because not very much happened in between, and his team start advancing off towards the next set of MCOM stations. He did kill a couple of people in between those 2 cuts, but I felt it was just better to just skip ahead. But he does have a very tidy kill streak on the go at the moment. He's going through shells like no one's business here with the 870, and now it's time to start moving across this one side where the enemy are starting to set up and try and take people down from a position behind that house. He takes 2 of them out, moves across the street, he's inside this building now, just going to sit, take his time, not run out there like an idiot like so many people do. They think, I've got a shotgun, I'm a tank, I'm gonna run out there and kill absolutely everyone. Shit doesn't work like that. You need to be very precise in where you're going and take your shots wisely, because if you miss, you end up getting a shot right in the face from an assault rifle. So he is taking his time, but a rocket comes flying through the window or a grenade or something, so he uses the opportunity, jump right out there and start wreaking havoc on the enemy team, taking 3 people down very quickly before just charging across the street back into some more cover. Unfortunately, can't quite get the job done here on the enemy medic that does go upstairs and has to rely on his knife, which in Bad Company 2 is almost suicide. The knife is so broken. So let's move on. Next up today here we have Lord Rosiak playing some Siege of Shanghai, and he's running around with the mare's leg and using the iron sights, and he manages to pull off a collateral on the gunner and the pilot flying the enemy attack helicopter. Just not something you see every day, so I felt like I'd throw it in there. You know, before we go into some more kill streak carnage, it was a cool little kill. Next up today here, we have a good banana, and he is playing on some Operation Locker Battlefield 4. That guy was sliding all over the floor there as he got revived. It seems to be a pretty common bug these days in Battlefield 4. But he's going to hold up behind this pillar here, playing some Operation Locker using the Famas. And what I really like about this clip isn't that he goes on some ridiculous long kill streak, but he gets himself in some pretty hairy situations, and using very quick movement and dodging and just using his magazines and full bullet capacity really wisely, he's able to kill so many people in such a short space of time, in such a short space inside the actual map itself. And he kills this one last guy here and actually thinks that it's all over, turning around, seeing this guy, panics a little bit, just reloading, jumping around, dodging the guy's knives. He's able to take him down using the M9. Seeing another couple of people coming inside, he runs straight out, circling around, flanking, looking for an opportunity to gun them down with his now newly reloaded Famas. He finally finds the opportunity there, taking down one more guy. He gets right out of there and decides he's just going to hold up round the corner, trick these two guys, and take them down also. Just a really nice little play. Let's move on. Our next clip today here comes from XCam, and he's playing on some Gormod Railway using the tank to take down some helicopters, and does so with the second attempt. They're using the staff shell that I do know a lot of people don't necessarily like, because it is kind of seen as overpowered, because you do get a second attempt at trying to take helicopters down and stuff like that, but there's a lot more than just that first kill there that we're going to see throughout this clip. He does take out a second helicopter using the normal main cannon that time there, getting himself a triple kill in the process. Does get disabled by enemy artillery or something, so I do just skip ahead just until he recovers from being disabled by that enemy artillery, and he's spotted himself a third helicopter, so backing up to try and get an angle to shoot it down, he does dive out of the sky in pursuit of one of his helicopters. He's not going to allow that, taking him out of the sky first time, once again with the main cannon. So we're up to 3 helicopters so far in this clip, and again, it's not over. He spots a bit of an aerial battle going on over there, and first time, once again, he takes him out of the sky with a nice epic fall and explosion there for him. I don't know if he was able to actually escape that there, but he didn't. But this one here is the icing on the cake. Look how far away that was. And first time, he takes it out of the sky. That is ridiculous. But I do want to call attention to your outro slide, mate. What the fuck? Our next clip today here comes from Believed Animal, and this one's a little bit different. He's playing on Operation Locker, which of course is very different. Takes that guy's head off first time there with a 44 Magnum, so that was a nice little shot. But that's not the bulk of this clip. He's going to run around this corner, jump down these stairs here, and well, while trying to revive a teammate, I don't know what his plan was initially, but once he gets down there, defibs one guy, defibs a second guy, starts getting the defibs ready, defibs a third guy, defibs a fourth guy, defibs a fifth guy. How often do you see something like that? What the fuck? Next up today here we have Thesauriao Sniper. I think is how I'm supposed to say that. I ain't Spanish. But he's playing some Battlefield Hardline. He's using the Scout Elite, which is actually good in this game, but it doesn't really matter because he's just exclusively going to be shooting people in the head with it. And I think he's already got 4 kills, which are all headshots so far. Make that 5. It's just some really accurate sniping off of this roof here, playing some Conquest on Riptide. And I know, you can kinda tell I'm a little bit behind on submissions when I'm getting Battlefield Hardline on PC clips still, because no one plays this shit anymore. Or do they? I don't know, leave a comment down below if you still play it. Not if you don't, if you still. I don't want to have like 4 million comments saying no, I don't play it. Because we all know. But he's killed another like 3 people, all with headshots with the Scout Elite so far. And he's just going to go on the hunt for some more, and they're just sort of very casually standing around, trying to get a couple of shots off at him, surrounding this building. I think this guy just spawns in. He must. No one just stands out and beach very ominously like that. It's just a bit weird. Look at me with the fancy words. Ominous. I don't think I've ever used that in the top plays before. Yeah, he kills another guy there with another headshot, and well, just going to skip ahead. There was a little lull in the kills for a brief moment in this clip, and he's moved over beside the lake here, or the river or whatever. Gets himself another 2 headshots, of course, because that's pretty much the only way that he can shoot people is in the head. And just to round things off, he's going to get himself and his kill someone out of a helicopter. Nice little clip. Clip number 8 this week comes from 0T28 once again. It was a Bad Company 2 clip, and he sent 2 in and they were both good. And I was like, yeah, people like Bad Company 2, so we're gonna have 2 clips from him. Just to explain my thought process there, but he's playing some Valparaiso using the PKP LMG, and he's already armed 1 MCOM station. And the enemy team have surrounded the building. Now, these buildings are pretty much made of paper mache, or mache, I don't know, it's a weird word. So they just disappear with every single explosion and gunshot around them, so you need to be really careful where you're going to position yourself in this building, because it just disappears. And while he gets the eternal reload in here, taking forever to speed through this, while he's waiting on the MCOM station blowing up, which it eventually does. So now it's just time to advance towards the other MCOM station, which is very much easier said than done on this map, because they do spawn in between the two, so you can pretty much just get gunned down by a firing squad. But he does get a little bit fortunate, killing 1 or 2 people on approach to the MCOM station building, and he does manage to get across there without taking too much gunfire, and he's able to get in and arm a second MCOM station of the clip. The second clip today where we've seen that. Some good objective plays today. But of course, as always, the wall does disappear, so people start pouring out of it. You need to be very wary of that. But I want to just slow down this last little portion here, let you guys appreciate every single thought that he puts into this. He done just about enough damage to this guy so his teammates can finish the job. They take the MCOM station. Very awesome little clip, sir. And our next clip today here comes from Lead the Machine. He's playing on some Battlefield 4 Operation Locker, and he has a Scar H. Now, this is about halfway through. He's already got roughly about 25 people by the point we're joining the clip. This isn't anywhere near the end of the clip. It goes for a solid 15 minutes. And one of the things that's really fun to watch about this clip is the people in the chat box that cannot accept that this guy is just better than them. All they do for a solid 15 minutes, maybe 13 out of the 15 minutes, is talk about the kill streak that this guy is on. And towards the end of it, they were all talking about how he could possibly go on to get 100 kills in the kill streak before the game is over. And unfortunately, the game ends before that happens. He gets 79 people over the course of 15 minutes. One thing I do want to say is, though, he dies, I think, 3 times in total towards the start of the clip and gets revived by his teammates because they are all working as one big group to just mercilessly demolish the enemy team. But then after that last revive, he goes on about a 50 kill streak or something ridiculous. So if you want to check out this clip in its entirety and just watch the people bitch and moan and just laugh at them in the chat box, which I did for the whole clip in fact, check it out in the description down below. But we're going to move on to our final clip this week. Let's go. So our final clip this week comes from RZ Robot HD, and he is playing some Zavod 311 Rush, and things are getting a little bit hectic here on the final MCOM station, which he's defending. He gets killed, gets back in the action right away. To retaliate for his death, he gets 1 kill, and then gets a quad. That's not something you see every day. Very, very rarely does someone kill 4 people with a single bullet, killing 5 in total with 2. I've been doing these top plays for a long time, and I've probably only seen about 3 instances of this in the last like 4 years. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's top plays. If you did, hit that like button down below. The wait won't be as long for the next one, so catch you then. Goodbye.